Some say it's about natural talent. We say it's about strategy, discipline, tactics, and training to be the best. We say it's about persistence. We say success comes when preparation meets opportunity. We say it's all about the team. Capex.com, Juventus official trading partner. Chase your goals.
Are you a trader? Then this is your chance to show your skills. Sign up to the ultimate demo trading competition on Capex.com. Easy to register, no sign-up fee. Go now to Capex.com. Search for the competition and sign up now to win. Terms and conditions apply. Capex.com is operated by JME Financial Services Pty Ltd, an authorized financial services provider. Join the competition today. Capex.com.
Look, I'm exhausted. Had it all figured out and I lost it. They say that's the cost, but it just feels like a lot. Stop, are you going or not? I miss certainty. Miss the 9 to 5s, knowing exactly where I need to be and why I'm not built for this. Progress moves in slow motion. They're out making money and getting promotions, saying all the right things, pulling all the right levers. While I sit here, write my future self love letters. Who's winning? Is this the end or beginning? 'Cause I'm starting to feel like reality's slipping, and bank accounts, they aren't very forgiving, and life on edge feels like falling, not living. If effort brings victory, what am I missing? Nothing good comes easy. When we have to, we push through, not knowing completely. You're here because you're made for this next level, taking these places that most people won't. Start embracing it. Who cares what they do? They're not you. You'll go through more now than you think you're supposed to, but that shows you can cope with the highs and the lows, because you rose to be more. Could have run away, could have avoided the thorns, could have been comfortable. Blood, sweat, and tears, they're expendable. No more pretending, man, build something memorable. Don't drink from their cup or by stories they tell, because when all their time's up, you'll have dug your own well. You didn't use lifelines, you're topped off for a lifetime, so drop all those one-liners. We'll get them next time. No, this time is your time, and whatever you decide will end up being real life. No stop signs, just storylines. This whole thing is a misunderstanding, a miscalculation. Jumped and missed the landing. I'm mystified, I can waste so much time. These ovations are strictly imagination, not standing. So much for planning, guess fate left without me. Those failure statistics, yeah, they'll be about me. Was overly optimistic, forgot the logistics. Guess we all learn sometime, don't we? Good is not good enough. No, how long do I stay down before I let go? I buried my pride and took it inside, but never enough. It takes a toll, it gets old getting told you've got miles of road left to go. You're alone with this future unknown. Just go home. Just go home, it's safe there. Yeah, I'll find some embrace there. Look, it's time to admit defeat. A humble retreat, check the box and complete to my core. Intrinsically, it's not for me, I can't do this. I knew this is how it would be. No fame, no fortune, no names on marquees, just running in place every day on repeat. This is the world I want to see, where everything's taken with no guarantees. No, come on man, pick your head up. Go back inside, half a life's learning to get up. How can I make you see that you have everything you need, and what you want to be is never out of reach? Fate deceives sometimes, but destiny's calling, so can't let the phone ring. You know there's no all-knowing. Go level up, no letdowns. Let the world in, push fear out. It's self-belief, it starts right now. When hell freezes, you lay down. Until then, it's your town, it's your story, it's your crown. Live in the clouds, feet on the ground. They stand still, you run around. Go mesmerize, where they socialize. There's dollar signs to be maximized. If you live it right, regret nothing. Loud applause, the sweetest sound. And this moment won't happen again, and never becomes forever unless you choose to begin. So see greatness in each step, and power in progress. Your future, yeah, that's limitless, it's infinite. Don't forget you want this.
the kind of trader who sees the big picture. The world is changing around you. Global threats push gold, the safe haven asset, to higher prices each and every day. Now's your chance to start trading gold. Just go to capex.com and register to get up to a $5,000 bonus on your first deposit. Simply use GOLD5000 as a promo code and you're good to go. Capex.com proudly welcomes you to the next level trading experience. Register now and start taking full advantage of the new gold rush. Terms and conditions apply. Exposure to gold obtained via contracts for difference, which are leveraged products and incur a high level of risk. Capex.com is operated by JME Financial Services, Pty Ltd, an authorized financial services provider.
Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, Ted Turner. Success leaves clues, kids. I just named 5 of the greatest names in business in the last 150 years. And they all have one thing in common. They're ball busters. They're hard as nails. Where does that leave you? I still work 50, 60 hours a week. And I haven't had to work in 35 years. You're not willing to do anything. You're not willing to sacrifice anything to be a high-performance person.
I don't want to be like that.
No, most people don't.
I want to be liked.
Yeah, well, see, you want to fit in. I'm the only speaker that you're ever going to hear that really, with all his heart, doesn't give a shit. If I leave here you liking me, I did something wrong.
The champ is here! 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 The champ is here!
Good afternoon and welcome to Bull Market Stock Show. This is your host Rian Hobson, and we're doing actually today a bit of a vaccine story. The vaccine has actually been rolled out in the UK today. So the first, I think they show a picture of an old lady that took the first vaccine in the UK. This is one of the rollouts in the UK where it starts, where actually it did start already, where people get vaccinated with a COVID-19 vaccine. Now, there's some whole bunch of stories when it comes to the vaccine of COVID-19. Look, I also have my suspicion. For example, a vaccine that so quickly can be made in under 12 months, and there we go. Look, if you look at the history of vaccine, it actually takes quite a lot of time because a lot of testing that goes on. There's different people's different diseases. People with different underlying conditions. Some people have HIV positive, some have cancer, some is fat, some is thin, some is unhealthy, some is fit. All of different things that needs to go in, and obviously these things do take time for testing to go on the different blood types and all, kids, old people. It's a lot of things that goes into in a trial of vaccine, and all of a sudden in less than 12 months, then voila, there we have a vaccine. But according to the pharmaceutical companies that works with it, it is available, and it's already in the UK where it starts to roll out, where the pandemic is actually crippling in the UK's economy, and there's a lot of actually unhappiness that goes on with the UK, especially not with the vaccine. I didn't hear anything so far, but with the lockdown regulations that goes in. Also, Trump also released a comment earlier by saying that he do approve the America First vaccine, where people in the United States will also get vaccinated in days to come. That is now obviously if the authorities now approve the vaccine. Now it looks in the UK is already approved. That's why there's a lot of people now getting vaccinated. Now in South Africa's instance, but we still needs to pay for the vaccine, and apparently the deadline is in the middle of December. And there was a debate in Parliament where they questioned the finance minister, why is the vaccines for the COVID-19 not been paid as in yet? And he said no, they still have a bit of time. Now there's rumors that goes around that only 10% of South Africans will get vaccinated with COVID-19. I think it's more of your older people that will get that is at risk, and people with underlying conditions. That is, I'm only speculating, but as they say, only 10% of the South African population will get vaccinated. So I think it could be the people with a high risk, which is now between your 60s, 60 years of age and 70. Those people will get access to vaccination. Now, that is just a rumor, but the president, the finance minister, still needs to pay the money. So that is, I don't know if there's still money, because these guys always have money for nonsense, but not for stuff that is absolutely important. Now, as I said, I do have my speculations with the vaccine, but the thing is, and also the story that goes in, does it infringe on people's rights? Because there's a lot of articles that goes around where they say that the vaccine will become mandatory, and governments will actually get laws in. Now, if you look at history with vaccines, there was one thing that I came out in I think it was in the early 90s, where people need to get vaccinated for polio, and those who did not get vaccinated was fined. That time it was about $5. Today I think we can look at about $150 if you did not get vaccinated. So there were laws that were written for these vaccinations to force people basically to get vaccinated. Now, obviously, there comes in with the story also with the rights. What if I don't want to take the vaccine? Because we all know there's a lot of different stories that goes around about the vaccine. Maybe some doesn't make sense. Some can be true also, where the vaccine is there to have some sort of a side effect and all of these things. So there's a lot of stories that goes on. But the main thing is, what if I don't want to have the vaccine? What will be the consequences? Why, if I don't take it? And I said, no, I don't want to take the vaccine because I'm not at risk, or whatever your reason might be, because obviously we all do have rights to say no to something. Now, it looks like there will be some sort of a problem. For example, now, if you want to fly on a plane, maybe, for example, to the UK or to the United States or to Dubai, then you need to have a test. You need to have a COVID test, and the test must be negative before you can actually go on to the plane and travel. So if you don't have the test, you can't fly. So that is actually it could be discrimination. I'm just not sure, but obviously they can say, listen here, if you don't take the test, you obviously stand a chance of infecting other people because we don't know your status. So there could be an argument for discrimination that can go in there. But also on the other side, if I don't want to take the test, then I don't want to take the test. But on the other side, the consequences, I will not be able to fly. Also, I was also reading articles where people say that you will not be able to attend events, for example. It is also the other argument that a lot of nurses that are working in the public health facilities, this is not just in South Africa but across the world, that they need to get vaccinated before they can treat people. Also on the other side, on military, before they can go to a country where there's war, before they leave, they need to get vaccinated before they can go there, because obviously there's malaria and all of those other diseases that are there, and so the military need to be vaccinated before they can go there. So there is an argument for the vaccine, and also against the vaccine, because obviously you don't want to take the vaccine because of whatever story that you have, or I will not say story, whatever evidence you have to say I'm not taking the vaccine, but there will be consequences for you if you don't take the vaccine, and it looks like it will go to it will lead to that way where they will say, oh, you need to have the certificate before you can actually go to the sporting event or to a plane or to the next country. Because obviously if you travel Africa, for example, if you go to Nigeria or Kenya or wherever, a lot of South Africans need to take some sort of vaccinations before we can go to other countries. Even people from the United States or Europe, if they come to South Africa, you need to take certain vaccines before they can come here. There was also an elder person on Facebook that also said when he was younger, he needed to walk around with a book of vaccinations where he had a book basically that shows all his vaccines that he took before he actually came to this particular country, and he was explaining me that now on Facebook. And well, it makes sense, because a lot of people that comes from Europe or United States that will say that they needed to take all these vaccines before they could come here. So I think the same thing will apply when it gets to COVID, because obviously they don't want the virus to spread, because other people can get infected and also die of the virus. Now, funny enough, through all this, if you look at the life expectancy rate, or it actually increased. People live longer. I thought the number would have come down with the COVID story, but it did not. It did not even make a dent. The number actually moved up, that people can live longer in South Africa and across the world. So it means that COVID is not even a threat. So someone might also put that argument through, that the life expectancy of people actually increased. The COVID did not actually create any damage towards that. So why must I take the vaccine? Because it's not a threat to the life expectancy of the people in the world. So there is a argument for that, but also there's also an argument, if you look on the other side of the vaccine, that people must take the vaccine before they can board a plane, go to a sporting event, or even go into a shopping mall. I don't know, will people walk around with certificates nowadays to say that they are vaccinated, but it looks like governments will actually enforce people to take up the vaccines. Also, there's also the other argument, other article that I was reading, where they say employers will actually enforce it on their employees to say they need to take these vaccines, because, for example, if the people work in a busy retail store and they're in contact with a lot of people, so they need to get vaccinated because of the interaction with a lot of people. So on the other side, on this one, I don't know on which side I'm basically on, but I do have my speculation on the vaccine that has been done so quickly. On the other side, if the authorities do say that the thing is safe, then maybe people will maybe say, okay, it's fine, they will take the vaccine. But also there's this trust story that goes on with people and governments, where people just don't trust governments and always think that governments does not have their interests at heart and they just want to control them, which I can't disagree with them. It is true if you look at the lockdown regulation. But on the other side, it looks like that these laws will be enforced on people to say that they must take this vaccine. Otherwise, you will not be able to have your freedom. So it is a tough one, but that is now up to you as the listener to decide if you want to take the vaccine or not. But as it looks, that the governments across the world will enforce people to take up the COVID-19 vaccine. So that is it from my side. In 10 minutes, I did a podcast. I hope you guys enjoy these short podcasts. But for trading on the other side, it looks like the market will be a bit of in the red today due to the new lockdown criteria in the United States. So that is it from my side. Have a lovely day, and I will see you guys tomorrow at the same time. Bye-bye.